Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for Friday, June 6, 2025. It shows Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, giving Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, a reality check. Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, considers a compromise with Willow Tate Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen. Meanwhile, Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Sophia Matson, has a special request for Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, after the safe delivery of her baby girl. Let's start off with Nina and Drew, who face off. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, exposed Nina as the person responsible for drugging Drew. Now Nina is scrambling. In the preview clip for today's episode, Nina warns Drew not to tell Willow their secret. The blonde then adds that if Drew does, then they will both lose the woman they love. Fans know that Drew already framed Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, for the crime. So once again, Nina's actions are causing consequences for everyone around. Over at the Port Charles police station, Natalia Ramirez, Eva LaRue, makes her one phone call. Natalia calls someone and claims to be in big trouble. It is assumed that Natalia calls her son, Marco Rios, Adrian Andachondo. However, what if it's Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, on the other end? Right before the arrest, Sonny gave Natalia some guidance regarding Marco and Allison Blaze Rogers, last played by Jacqueline Grace Lopez. Meanwhile, Marco warns Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota. In a preview clip, the lawyer tells his father that he does not want this. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Sonny has a heart-to-heart with Michael. After Sasha admitted Michael was the father of her baby, everyone reeled. Even Carly felt blindsided by the news. Then, Sasha went into labor, and it was Willow who safely delivered the baby in the courtroom. Sonny tells his son that sometimes compromises end up being solutions. So it sounds like Michael and Willow could have a peaceful resolution. With Willow basically saving Sasha's baby's life, Michael might be willing to compromise a little bit. However, will Willow ease up on her rigid stance as well? Fans will also see Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, issue a warning. Carly demands answers. Also, Sasha has one more request to ask of Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. As summer heats up in Port Charles, tensions bubble just beneath the surface at every turn. On Friday, June 6th, General Hospital promises another emotionally charged episode that delves into shifting alliances, personal reckonings, and long-simmering secrets that refuse to stay buried. From the boardroom to the break room and all the way to the chapel, our favorite characters will face choices that could define the next phase of their lives. Let's break down what to expect in Friday's can't-miss episode. Drew's reality check, The Truth, hurts Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, has spent months believing he was on the right side of every battle. From leveraging Aurora's media influence to navigating the Quartermaine power structure, Drew has been pushing forward with optimism, even when the odds were against him. But on Friday, Drew is confronted with a sobering dose of reality. After a tense meeting with the ELQ board earlier this week, Drew begins to see that his relentless drive for control may be alienating more allies than he realized. He thought he had the Quartermaines unified behind him, but subtle shifts in loyalty, particularly from Ned, or Eddie, and Brooke Lynn, have shaken his confidence. Enter Tracy Quartermaine, who doesn't mince words. In a biting exchange, at the Quartermaine mansion, Tracy lays it bare. You're trying to wear Jason's shoes, but they'll never fit you. Stop trying to be the savior and start listening. Drew is rocked. Though he tries to maintain composure, Tracy's words echo his deepest insecurities. Is he trying too hard to live up to an ideal that never belonged to him? Has his version of leadership become performative? Later, Drew turns to Sam for clarity. Their conversation starts with co-parenting logistics, but quickly veers into emotional territory. Sam gently reminds Drew that being strong doesn't mean never admitting when you're wrong. You're human, she tells him. And the people who love you aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for honesty. Expect this emotional reckoning to mark a turning point for Drew, who may finally begin to question whether his ambitions are truly about doing good or proving something to himself. Michael's compromise, playing with fire over at Aurora. Media, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, has his own balancing act to manage. The fallout from his decision to stay quiet about Nina's SEC betrayal continues to reverberate through his family, and now, Michael's next move may determine whether peace is even possible. On Friday, Michael meets with Carly, hoping to smooth things over after another tense encounter earlier in the week. Carly's still furious that Michael sat on the truth about Nina for so long, especially after the hell she went through facing the SEC's wrath, Michael's defense. I was trying to protect us all, from another war, from more destruction. But Carly doesn't want excuses. She wants trust, and she doesn't know if she can give it anymore. The conversation is raw, layered with old wounds and unresolved guilt. Michael's facade cracks when Carly reminds him that protecting family doesn't mean silencing their agency. Meanwhile, Willow encourages Michael to consider a compromise that could help heal the rift, a joint family initiative through the hospital's outreach program, a symbolic gesture of unity that could begin repairing fractured relationships. But agreeing to this would mean working closely with Nina, something Michael has been loath to do. Will he make the leap? On Friday, he starts laying the groundwork for just that, perhaps to Willow's surprise and Carly's eventual fury. Michael is playing with fire, trying to keep peace between the women who love him while keeping his own moral compass steady. But peace in Port Charles often comes at a cost, and Michael might be the one to pay it. Sasha's request. A new chapter begins over at General Hospital. Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, is embracing a fresh start, but not without apprehension. Having weathered the worst of her public meltdowns, addiction struggles, and guardianship betrayal, Sasha is finally reclaiming her autonomy. She's grateful for her second chance at deception and the tentative trust she's rebuilding with Lucy and Maxie. But her heart remains pulled in a different direction. On Friday, Sasha makes a bold request. She wants to return to the home and Heart Channel, the very scene of her televised breakdown. Why? Because she wants to confront the past head-on. Sasha meets with Maxie and Lucy to pitch the idea. A live interview, candid and raw, where she talks openly about her mental health journey and how she's moved forward. Lucy is hesitant, fearing backlash or renewed trauma, but Maxie sees the potential. You were exploited, Maxie says. Maybe now it's time you take the narrative back. Sasha insists this isn't about revenge or ratings. It's about showing others that it's possible to fall apart and still rise. Her story, she believes, can help someone else. And more importantly, it's hers to tell. But not everyone is convinced. Cody Bell, growing closer to Sasha by the day, voices concern. He fears she's diving in too fast, too deep. Healing isn't a performance, he warns. Don't let this become another act you have to survive. Still, Sasha seems resolute. She's no longer the woman who crumbled on live TV. She's stronger, wiser, and, despite the fear, ready to face the ghosts she left behind. Look for Friday's scenes to plant the seeds for a powerful redemption arc as Sasha steps into her future with more agency than ever before. Also happening on Friday, Brooke Lynn and Chase share a tender moment that hints at the next phase of their relationship. Wedding bells may be on the horizon, but Brooke Lynn has a secret she's been keeping, something that could rock Chase's world. Will Friday be the day she tells him? Anna Devane makes a call to someone unexpected, following new intel on the arms smuggling case. The name Valentin hovers in the air, but is she trying to bring him in or keep him out? Trina Robinson, Still adjusting to life back at PCU and the ever-evolving dynamic with Spencer, confides in Portia about her doubts. Her mother offers advice, but also drops a bombshell. Portia may be considering a job offer out of state. Final thoughts as June unfolds in Port Charles. Friday's episode of General Hospital sets the tone for what could be a summer of transformation. Drew may finally confront the limits of his control. Michael edges closer to a moral crossroads, and Sasha steps boldly into her truth, whether the world is ready for it or not. With family feuds, personal revelations, and emotional landmines ahead, General Hospital continues to prove why it remains one of daytime's most compelling dramas. Don't miss Friday's episode, because in Port Charles, the truth never stays buried for long. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.